So this is a look.
This is a look. Trying to figure out how to wear the safety vest with the poncho, it's not working.
So Sin and I are here for the Icebreaker medium. It's like a hard hat tour where we're basically gonna go see the new coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. We are invited out and we are very appreciative of that. This is not going well for me. This is like slipping off there we go, that's a look.
Here. Tighten it up.
Sideways, tighten it up.
Yes.
We're doing great. This is a new series we're doing, by the way, where it's just going to be madness.
And we are really excited to have you out here on Icebreaker's construction site. So we have made a lot of progress, as you can see. There is a coaster that's appeared here in the last couple of months, and we're wrapping the construction up here for our spring 2020 opening. So what we wanted to do today was kind of point out some of the key features of the ride now that they're up and you can see them, and sort of talk about what we're doing here on site right now. So we're standing in the ride station. You guys are all in the loading area right now, so you'd be standing right behind those air gates as the train pulls in and you get ready to ride. And just those finishing touches that are really going to bring this out and be looking great. So you can see the ride track behind me, but one of the key features of the ride that you might not really think about is this transfer track right here, our switch track. So this is a high-speed switch. It's a pretty unique feature for a transfer track, and it's going to allow us to run 2 trains with a forwards and backwards launch. So once your train pulls out and you roll onto the launch track back here, you'll start out with a backwards launch, and that backwards launch is going up this way. It's going to head up the beyond vertical reverse spike, and that reverse spike is tilted at 100 degrees, and that's beyond vertical, and that's the steepest drop on any coaster in Florida, so that's really exciting. So it's 4 launches, so this launch track is going to be busy. You're going to go backwards, forwards, backwards, and forwards once more, hitting 52 miles an hour. Now the exciting feature of this launch that makes it a little different than most is we have an airtime hill on either side. So there's one over here, and you can see this one low one over here. So each one of those hits on the launch is going to be a little more powerful as the airtime goes, finally culminating in a nice pop of airtime here as we crest up and over our top hat. That's an 80-foot tall element right there, and a near vertical drop off of it. So heading up in, you're going to get really great airtime in the front seat. Heading down off, you're going to get great airtime in the back seat. Now, once you get off of that element, you see all these low-to-the-ground airtime hills. There's lots of twists, turns, high-banked corners. You can see where the track ends right now. We're in the process of just wrapping up the concrete on the other side in our back house area, and we'll be wrapping up that track real soon here. And then our return run that comes down here, kind of weaving its way in between columns. It's a lot of really close kind of head chopper moments as you run through there and up into our brakes here. One of the cool features about this attraction is just how tight of a construction site it is. As riders exit the attraction and go down our exit ramp right here, they're going to have a coaster within inches of them, shooting by, launching 4 times. It's going to be a really kind of cool feature, really interactive. Down here, we're going to walk a little bit later. You can see our pathway that's getting formed back up. This is the pathway that was here before the construction started. And this is going to take you right underneath of that beyond vertical reverse spike. So you're going to be able to see that from a whole new angle, look right up at people that are looking straight down at you, having a really, really fun time on the ride. What you see here is just part of the story, because the underground of all this area is a really big undertaking, and that's what takes a lot of the time during this construction process. So there's a lot of concrete underneath of these. You can see the various footers that are popping up. That's just part of the overall foundation, which could be as big as 12 by 12 for some of these individual footers, or even larger for others. And there's a lot of electrical involved. So this building right over here is our electrical room, and all of the electrical cabinets for the ride come out of there and feed all of the launch components. Each of these white spikes that you see out here, these white fins, those are called LSM launch stators. So those are what actually propel the train, the magnets that are on the train, to launch this ride back and forth. So it's a really heavy utility project. There's a lot of underground piping, there's a lot of electrical, there's a lot of pneumatic piping, and everything comes together to create this exciting ride. On the way in, you walk through our queue line, so that is the former dining area for the Mango Joe's restaurant, which we will have additional seating there, but we'll also have our queue space here. Our interactives talking about the Alaska SeaLife Center, our conservation partner for the ride, and the new entrance over here on the side. So part of the relaunched Wild Artic Plaza will be home to Icebreaker here.
And then, as we heard before, Icebreaker will be SeaWorld Orlando's first launch coaster, so that is super exciting. This also features 4 airtime launches, frontwards and backwards, which is, I don't think, anything I've ever experienced before, so it's super cool and super exciting. I think the most terrifying part of this whole thing though is a 93-foot spike with a 100-degree vertical drop. So we are actually down on the track now. The glasses and the vest and the hat are still a look, but as you can tell from like the other footage and everything that we've put in, it's about 2/3 of the way done. They are going to be announcing a date soon. Sin is still here. I'm just telling them about things about this coaster. What things have you learned?
Apparently the part of the track that's closest to the ground is about 4 feet, so that's chest height at some people, almost, you know, here-ish to me.
I was about to say, we are very small
yeah,
people.
we're very small people, so that's pretty close to the ground on the lowest part of the track. Just lots of fun, just learning about the attraction, the milestones that they've kind of uncovered to fit this nice niche of a family coaster that this park definitely needs.